So we're in Georgetown, Kentucky. I don't think where we're even at. We're at a Fairfield Inn & Suites, and we are getting ready to go to the Ark Encounter, which is it in Georgetown?
Williamstown.
Also? Williamstown, Kentucky. So we've got about a 30-minute trek, but Fairfield Inn here in Georgetown has been fantastic. And we hope that the Ark Encounter is going to be fantastic also. Did you enjoy breakfast this morning?
I did.
It was a good breakfast. We had a really good spread here at Fairfield Inn & Suites, so come on and join us at the Ark Encounter. So what's going on, Jasmine?
We're about to get on a bus to go to the Ark.
So the Ark is back there somewhere, and we're getting on these nifty little buses, and they're going to take us up there, and I think I heard too that we're going to hear the story about Noah's Ark.
There's a petting zoo too.
Petting zoo, and so far everyone has been really friendly and really gracious and courteous, so
The line's been really fast.
the lines have been really fast, been moving, so we're really excited. So we just got here, we just got up there, some buses that take you from where the tickets are and the parking is, and they bring you up here, nice air conditioned. I think I said it was open for a couple months earlier. This thing has only been open, the Ark Encounter's only been open since the beginning of July, so it's less than a month old. I noticed that they're working on some more things, so if you're coming later, there's probably more attractions and more things going on. The gardening looks beautiful here, everything. This thing is amazing when you get off the bus. It's just huge, and it's all this, it's just amazing. So right when you get off the buses to bring you up here, it looks like that we have some locker rental back here, and there's also motorized scooter and wheelchair rental. So I think it is. I haven't seen any pricing for it. So it looks like you can get those things, and they're made available here so that you can enjoy the Ark as much as possible. Everything looks really clean. All the staff have been really friendly and answering my questions and different things like that. So looks like I'm seeing an ATM over here too, so you can grab some cash if you need it. It's just overall a great experience right now, which is awesome, because that's what you want. They say when you own any venue or destination spot, the first few minutes are vital, and so far they're making a great impression here. Look how big this thing is.
Yeah, it's big.
This is huge.
I would have been one of those people that would have. Why?
You'd have been one of those people that would have laughed at Noah?
Probably.
Why?
This would have been inland, you know.
I mean, just to build a big boat like this and not know for sure it was going to flood.
Well, but
I mean, only if you
There
have
was no
faith.
water
But
around.
did you know that?
Sure.
Back here you can see we're actually getting ready, like the Ark is right here to give you a vantage point. We're getting ready to go in the turnstiles. This is where the zip line's going to be. I don't think it's open yet, but I mean, as you can see there, we got work crews and stuff like that going around. So this thing's just going to get even better and more fun and more amazing. And while we were waiting in the turnstiles, they have you watching a short video that's called an interview with Noah that kind of sets up the whole story of Noah's Ark. It's not horribly hot right now because it's the morning, and there are ceiling fans and you're in the shade and stuff like that, but I would say probably have water bottles. I forgot about that might be helpful is Dalton has asked for some gum, and that's actually a calming thing for kiddos. So maybe bring some gum while they're waiting in line. If you've got some fidgets, now would be a good time to break out the fidgets just so that people are a little bit calmer in line. But other than that, our kids have been doing okay so far in line. So we just entered the Ark Encounter. We just got our souvenir photo. And it sounds like there's a storm coming.
I think it's going to rain 40 days and 40 nights.
So what do you think of everything so far around in here?
It's magnificent.
Magnificent. I think so far, this is where animals are. I hear animal noises coming out of here. Hey Jasmine, what are you hearing there?
Monkeys!
Monkeys?
Or rats!
Monkeys or rats? No, I hear monkeys too.
I also hear snakes.
You hear what?
Snakes.
I think that's the rain from up above hissing.
Oh.
storms and everything going around. You hear creaking, you hear animals. This is totally immersive. Are you actually getting into it?
I want to know what's in each little cagey thing.
Like,
some
yeah.
of them are squeaking, some of them are hissing. Like
The hissing ones we're going to leave alone. So far, our 9-year-old that has sensory processing disorder, he seems to be doing, he didn't get a lot of sleep last night, but he seems to be doing okay with this. And I will say that the sound effects are quite loud right now because they're really trying to get you into the severity of the storm.
he's too busy messing with me.
Yeah, right there. So, I think it's so immersive that I think they'll be okay. But I mean, if there are auditory problems, you might need like noise canceling headphones to help out, and just showing them this video to prepare kids for what's going to be coming might be helpful too. But other than that, we not have any problems. All the kids are doing great.
So what happens if I put my finger in here?
What happens?
Nothing.
Nothing. You're a bad influence. They're probably like, we don't want that to happen. Okay, so we just got to a room where it looks like Noah and his family are. We're getting ready to get in from the storm. You can hear the rain, right? Does the rain scare you? So the first part that we're seeing is talking about different animals that might have gone extinct, and it's talking about how we don't know how many animals have really gone extinct after the flood and different things like that. But there are pterodactyls back here, and I never even thought about that, but there might have been pterodactyls on the Ark. Why not? Hey, and you know what I'm noticing is that all of the platforms are elevated, and then like the animals are up here, and then they have slats. So like I always wondered how they cleaned up like the poop and stuff like that, but everything would have fallen back there, so they just have to clean up from there, and like the animals are actually up there. We just went by the first exhibit, and then there are restrooms again, and there's a snack bar. So this is really, really good for your family because you're gonna have plenty of restrooms and snacks. And it looked like the snacks were like, they had fruit cups and different healthy things too, and they were reasonably priced. So you're set to go here. We're on deck 1, we're gonna go up to deck 2, and parents, hooray, restrooms. What were you saying?
This is really a good thing for like families to react with other people, because like you learn stuff about the Ark, and you learn stuff about the animals that were on the Ark. And like if you have a science kid like me, you can some of the kids could tell if they like science and they study stuff. They could tell you certain stuff about it, and you could be bonding.
So. Got done with the pre-flood story over here, which I said is really important because it's almost like even if you're not of the Christian faith and you don't subscribe to the Bible, if you're going through the Ark Encounter, like any story or movie or anything like that, you need to know the background story for why the plot is happening. So even if you don't believe it really happened, you still need to go through the pre-story which happened back here, and then we have more animals here. But I wanted to show you that back here is a whole open area, and I don't know if they're going to do anything with that, but if you have kiddos that just need to get away from the crowds and the sounds and everything, you could actually take them back there and just lean against a spot back there, and that would make it easy for you just to get away from the noise and settle down for a little bit before going on and doing some more stuff. Spooky kids animal encounters. What do animals do when Noah's family is sleeping? Dun dun dun. Going through the dark, you can't see a whole lot. Oh no! Oh, what's that up there? There's something wagging its tail up there. It's a firefly. Oh, there's a...
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Keep watching this one? What's gonna happen? Whoa! So if I'm reading that right, it's saying that this is a different breed of giraffe. It's more okapi-like, if you know what okapi are. And so they found fossils and different things of them. But yeah, more okapi-like. It's not a long-neck giraffe. So we're wondering what these clay pot things were, and they were actually a watering system for the small animals. And then we had, over here we have ramps that were going down, and that's how they clean the droppings out. So that's kind of cool to know. But here is actually, if I can get over there, you can see over there the feeding tubes and different things like that for the cages. So we're learning a lot about how they would have fed all of those animals on the Ark. So Jasmine's showing us, they're showing how they fed the large animals in the Ark. So here is a cutaway, and so what's going on?
Right here is a big clay thing, is where the water goes in. This is all the cage for the big animals, you know.
So they would have come like on a catwalk up here, and then there's this little cork thing, and they would have pried that up and popped this little pole thing up to right here, and then they would have poured water in here, and then it would have fallen down into here, gone through here, and up there so the animals could have drank out of it. So we can ask Noah some questions.
Any more questions?
Which question are you going to ask him? Hold on.
I'm gonna do number 8.
What's your favorite kind of animal? Okay.
That's a good question. My favorite animal. There are so many to choose from. Ooh, I like that tiny hovering bird that can fly in all directions, even backwards. My wife, she likes that tall, long-necked brown and white animal with the fuzzy knobs on its head.
So we got here around 9:30, so we've been here for almost 2 hours. It's about 11:30. We're all getting kind of hungry. quite a few crowds here because it's all less than a month old, so there are quite a few people here. We're having to wait in line quite a bit, so, and I can feel that we're all dragging, getting tired, so we're gonna go down to the snack shop so we don't have to come back through all the lines and everything like that and all the waiting to get to deck 3 because we just have one more deck, and then we're gonna go check out the restaurant. But I would say so far there's lots of reading to be done. Like there's not a whole lot of things where you can just sit in animatronics or something like that tell you the stories. But there is some of that. But so if you have kiddos that don't like reading or are gonna get bored real quick with reading, you gotta figure that you're gonna have to read to them or do something. How have you been doing?
I'm doing nice.
So I said we were gonna go get a snack. We're actually gonna go check out the restaurant because it's 11:20, so it's close enough to lunch. And Margie, my wife who's with us, she tore her leg muscle and she didn't want to walk all the way back through the Ark because it was going to hurt her leg. So we actually stopped a staff person and said what we needed to do to get to the restaurant instead of going down through the crowd. We actually had a gentleman named Carson. He was so nice, just phenomenally, he left what he was doing and he took us out to this exit area, down an elevator and everything, completely went out of his way to help us out here. So thank you to Carson. The staff here are amazing and friendly, and we're gonna go check out the restaurant and see what it's like. So we're at Emzara's restaurant, and it's kind of order a la carte. We're waiting to get up here to this area to order our food. And it looks like they have pizza, burgers, wraps, sidewinders, which I'm guessing are just kind of like chips and fries, and then they load toppings on top of it. Everything's about in between $7 and $8. Drinks aren't included, it doesn't look like. It's all Pepsi products. You can get a souvenir cup, which I can't find right now, but it looks like the souvenir cup is $9.99, and then you get dollar refills here and at the Creation Museum too. So here's kind of the back of the restaurant area. It's just free open seating. There's a second level where you can get a better view of the Ark, so I think we're going to go up there and get a better view of the Ark. But we're in line, we're gonna order. So it's pretty amazing. As we're ordering, they already had a lot of stuff hot, fresh, and pre-made. So we already got our stuff. Like it took them like 30 seconds to get it all together. We're waiting for them to get the drinks. They have a special carrier for it, so we're getting drinks together. I have no idea what a sidewinder was, but that is what a Philly...
There's sidewinder fries, and then they put stuff on top of it.
That looks good. It's the Philly steak and cheese sidewinders. And it looks like you got quite a bit. Here's what I got. I got a Philly wrap with fries. It looks really, really good. I can't wait to bite into it. Like Jasmine biting into that. And then we get this really cool view from where we're sitting of the Ark from Emzara.
Tear the lid off so you can undo.
Thank you so much. This has been a really
And that's what the inside of my wrap looks like. It looks pretty good. Jasmine, you liking it so far? What do you think of the Ark so far?
It's good.
It's good? Has it been one of your favorite places we've gone to?
Yeah.
What'd you like so far best?
Well, like, it's huge, and the staff people are really great.
Good. Jasmine and I are getting drink refills for everyone, and I don't know what it's going to be like on regular, because it does seem like that there are more people here than normally would be. We're having to fight lots of crowds in here because this is just opened up. But I will say, if your family, if you have probably foster adoptive families are going to do well to eat on the second floor of the restaurant or outside. Just because, I don't know if you can hear it, but coming down here you can already hear that there's more noise, more activity, and there's less of that upstairs and outside. So it's the end of July, and they've only been open for a little under a month, so I don't know if that makes a difference, the time frame and the time of the year. But upstairs is definitely less activity. There's a lot of cool stuff to see down here though, like little animal setups and stuff like that. So there's a lot to see on the first floor, but you can see the Ark from the second floor, and again, air-conditioned, quiet upstairs. So you know from watching other of our videos that here's one of the refill stations for the souvenir cups, but I will always tell families to bring a water bottle, and we have some water bottles on sale on our main store on our website, and they're transfiguring adoption ones. They help foster and adoptive families with the profits, and I will always tell you to bring a water bottle to wherever you're going so the kids stay hydrated. It helps manage meltdowns. I have loved having mine here so far because our kids forgot their water bottles. I can, as long as I don't have like flavor enhancer or anything in here, I can give it to our kids. Keep everything under control. So you can see the Ark behind us, and there's where we had lunch at over at Emzara's. So we're walking out here to see the petting zoo, and you can see some, like I keep saying, that's just gonna improve and get bigger and better here. They're building some stuff out here, which I can't even tell you what they're building out here. It looks like it might be like pony rides or different things for the petting zoo. But we're gonna go over here to this building and check out the petting zoo that they have for the Ark Encounter. And I just made it over to some of the petting zoo area, and it looks like there's donkey rides and camel rides over there. So we're gonna go see some of the other stuff that you can do, because it looks like there are llamas and different things over here that we can go pet. So we're gonna go check it out, huh?
Yeah, go llamas!
The petting zoo area, it's really beautiful. Landscaping's done nice. The pens, the enclosures are really nice. Hot for July. Everything's like young trees because they're newly planted. No shade trees. So it's hot out at the petting zoo during the summer. I could see the fall this would be fun.
Yeah.
Like when it's cooler and stuff like that, but right now...
all the poor animals are panting.
Yeah, the animals are rather hot.
Or in the
but,
spring too.
But they do have nice enclosures and like they look like they're being well taken care of. It's just hot. What'd you think, Dalton? Did you have fun?
Yeah,
Did you pet any of them?
yeah. Quack, quack, I saw it too.
I can't see it in my camera. So we're leaving the zoo area. The kids kind of petted some of the animals. There were camel rides, donkey rides, there were alpacas, there were kangaroos, there were zebras, there were yaks. It's really hot though, and even one of the keepers said that some of the animals they're not that active, and there are sheep and stuff like that they have there too, but they had to take them back to the farm because it's just so hot out right now that they just can't deal with the heat. But the gentleman out here was so nice. He told us about some different things that they're going to be building out here. There are going to be animal shows. There might be an amphitheater. All sorts of cool different stuff. So in 2018, this is going to look completely different because there's going to be more added, more improved. They're just going to be building on top of what they already have here. So that's exciting to hear. Tell us about your coffee once.
Frappuccino.
Margie needs a Frappuccino. So, to the Ark Encounter, if you would build a coffee shop in here.
No, they have Frappuccinos in the snack store.
There are?
Like the bottled kind.
Oh. So they have bottled Frappuccinos.
Yes.
But that's not the same as like a nice nice fresh coffee drink.
It It is safer though because, you know, with frappuccinos, blended drinks, like I like mine very, very blended.
Yeah.
Like to the point of like the ice being minuscule.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get like people that don't
Big
blend
chunks.
it a lot, and there's chunky, and then you drink it all, and then there's big chunks of ice left, and I don't like that.
So let me say this real quick. So we're getting ready to go up to deck 3, but at the top of deck 2, there's like this cool area that's all back here where there's nothing. So if you got kids with like sensory issues, or your family just is pooped and they need to get a break from everything because there's just too much going on, which I was kind of feeling that way earlier because we were tired, we were hungry, and we were thirsty. I needed to go away from everything because there's too much going on. If you go over here where there's nothing going on either end of the ship, there's just benches, and you can see there are people back there that are just kind of hanging and chilling. It's air conditioned.
There were outlets too.
Oh, shh. Full immersion, but there are outlets back in those areas so you can charge your phone. So, and it just gives you a chance to take a break so you can keep going on, because this is a big area. It's a replica of Noah's Ark. It took us, 2 hours to do deck 1 and 2. So we're looking at least another hour now of going through deck 3, and we were told this is the most interesting one. And there's a duck attacking. You guys ready to go?
Yes.
Let's go. So before we went into the living quarters, we read something that said that there are a lot of portrayals that the living quarters maybe have been simplistic and homely, and maybe archaic, but they're showing them actually quite nice, and that's because they're saying, well, if they knew about the Ark and it took them a while to build the Ark, they probably made nice living quarters because they had no idea how long they were going to be on the Ark. So with all the other work, taking care of animals and different things they were going to have to do, it'd be nice to have a nice place to retreat and rest and relax. So. Margie's heading to the Ice Age. So we just got out of the Ice Age exhibits, and it was kind of neat. One thing I enjoyed seeing was the different animals from the Ice Age, and they were all like ginormous, like compared to man. Like I don't think there were any that were like the same. Jasmine, were there any of the animals that were the same size as a man?
There's some that went pretty close.
Pretty close, but they were all for the most part like ginormous compared to us, right?
The beavers were like 5 feet tall.
So it's kind of cool to see the Ice Age stuff. So we're going to go into Babel now and look at that exhibit. So in the Ice Age exhibit, we saw how the flood affected the world and made an Ice Age, and the different theories on that and different views. Babel was all about the origin of languages, right? And also, there was actually a really cool piece on racism in there, basically saying racism bad. But which is really cool because it was given reasoning and facts and different things behind that, and why essentially we're all the same people. We just have different aspects and qualities and physical traits, right? How have you liked it?
I think it's cool.
Cool. We're getting ready to go into Ancient Man, Brilliant or Brute, and you were saying
I think we don't give the ancient people enough credit. We don't believe that they were really intelligent people.
so. You're saying, like people would say about Noah,
That he wouldn't be able to, he wouldn't be smart enough to build an ark.
that he's just this brute person that
Right,
just went around amazed by fire.
right.
Well, let's go into the exhibit and see what they say.
Okay.
So one thing that's interesting in this part of the exhibit is that it says that there was proof that there was existence of metalworking in different crafts. So there's no reason to think that there wasn't some level of sophistication or technological advancement around Noah's time. So people did have intelligence, and they could build an ark, and they could do the things. They were more than just cavemen going around hunting with clubs. Okay, so I was going to show you, we got the souvenir photo, and it comes in this nice little case. It says the Ark Encounter on it. And that's what the one looks like. It has animals around it. Of course, it says Ark Encounter on it. And then the other one has Noah's Ark on it. And again, it says Ark Encounter. And it comes in this nice little frame that it comes in, this little package that you can put it in. It's this nice souvenir thing. So very cool. And then for $5 more, we had the digital prints sent to our email address so that we can print off our own. Okay, and if you've watched other of our vlogs, you know that I'm partial to coffee paraphernalia. So they've got coffee tumblers here that just eloquently say Ark Encounter on the bottom. They're nice, pretty good price. So that's really cool. There's a white one, and there's this brown colored one too, so I really, really like those. Here's something cool if you're not going to get the souvenir photo. They've got some neat postcards, and they're 50 cents, so those are really neat. There's one of it being built, and there's another one of the inside. Only 50 cents though, so that's a really cool souvenir. There's a little journal thing down here. The voyage begins again. And I'm going to turn this camera around. There are all sorts of puzzles that say Ark Encounter that look really cool.
So, I was looking outside to see if it was raining, and I looked out through the window, and lightning struck towards the trees. Oh, direct.
Kind of funny because we're in the Ark, huh?
Yeah.
That it's raining.
Yeah.
I thought I almost saw a rainbow, actually. Oh, that's actually... I think... Oh, I thought I saw a rainbow out there. That'd be so cool if we saw a rainbow while we were in Noah's Ark. So now we're like pausing at this window and we're trying to see if we can see a rainbow or lightning or something, because we think it'd be so cool to have the tale that we were in this ark and we saw it raining and lightning and then we saw a rainbow. It'd just be like the perfect day if we saw that. It'd be like a whole story coming together.
Yeah, I mean, I did see lightning. It was bright.
Waiting outside the gift shop for Grandma to finish up some shopping, and there's still a thunderstorm going on, so it's really cool because we're really excited. We might get to see lightning while we're by the ark. How cool! Okay, it is raining, and we've got some gals that just had their hair dyed, and they're worried about the dye and getting all over their clothes. So we went in, and the staff nicely gave us some plastic bags, and this is what happened. Margie is ready to advertise for the Ark Encounter and to fight crime. Leaving the Ark. We're leaving the Ark.
The Bible is the party shop.
Whoop, I'm gonna get run over here. So did you have fun, Margie?
Yeah.
2 thumbs up.
Quacky.
Matthew, did you have fun?
Quacky.
Jasmine, did you have fun?
Yeah.
I bet you this looks beautiful at sunset, you know? It's time to go back to the hotel and get some snacks. I think we really had a good time here. I think, let us know, comment below if this looks like something your family would really be into, and if you guys could brave, and if you have more tips or suggestions. Our biggest suggestions are just take it easy. Like with any theme park or amusement park, we tell people to plan on what you could do and then cut it in half, and maybe even less than that, but definitely bring your water bottles so that you can stay hydrated. Plan on having snacks. I would say 3 to 4 hours at the minimum, and that's if you're charging through it. So it's going to be a day if you want to see everything. So you got any other tips?
I'm wishing I would have had fidgets in my purse, because I feel like we could have handled some things a little better had we had fidgets.
Yeah, we could have definitely. We needed some fidgets. Lots of reading, like we've already said. So you need to be planning for that. Other than that, the staff were welcoming. Everyone was really nice. Cheers out to Carson, who like totally left his post and took us to find the restaurant. He didn't just give us directions, he actually took us to where we needed to go. Hospitality was fantastic. Everyone was welcoming, real accommodating. Everything was clean. I don't know, I can't say enough about it. It was just a really good day. Let us know if this looks like something your family would be up for. But we hope this is helping you to nurture, grow your foster or adoptive